Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, Geeky Sparkles sitting this video out. So I'm going to talk about tech. I'm going to talk about Bluesky, everybody's favorite punching bag. You know, the Twitter/X alternative. Bluesky wants to be Twitter circa 2017, and it's awful. We've got a lot of left wingers leaving Bluesky. Saying that it's not a good place to be. A lot of people are going back to X, even if X is a little more right-leaning than it used to be. A lot of celebrities making a big deal about going to Bluesky, and then they're coming crawling back to X, including Mark Hamill. We've talked about that before. And this article is actually from a month or two ago, and I missed it. Mark Cuban says the lack of diversity of thought is why people are going back to X. Now, if you've been to Bluesky, you will be in for a rude awakening if you're used to being able to have your opinions. Bluesky has got one correct opinion, and it is the far left opinion. In fact, companies that were more left-leaning are actually getting bullied off of Bluesky, including Adobe. Mark Hamill got bullied on Bluesky, despite being pretty far left, because he dared do some voice acting in the King of Kings movie, and it became this big thing about how, you know, anybody who was a good person wouldn't do a Christian movie because Christian people hate trans people and gay people and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was the discussion. Rob Meathead had to take a break from Bluesky because it was so toxic. So these are your choices, right? Bluesky or X. And X, they don't like now because they can't control X. And look, I'm going to be honest. X is far from perfect. I am not a huge fan of current year X. I went back. I was actually going to quit about a year and a half ago. And then they were like, oh, hey, we're going to pay. I'm like, well, maybe I'll go back if they're going to pay. You know, maybe it'll be worth the aggravation. Well, they don't pay much. Let's just put it that way. But, yeah, I mean, X is still ground zero for drama. I don't think there's as much cancel culture going on over there, but there definitely is a lot of drama. I'm really on the fence. I'm like, part of me is like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be on X all the time. I don't want to be that accessible. I'd rather connect with people, you know, on YouTube or over a blog or something like that. I know I'm old school, but yeah, I'm not feeling it. But we're going to talk about a lot of people not feeling Bluesky either. Now, Bluesky actually had a lot of promise. Bluesky promised to be sort of a throwback to what I think Jack Dorsey wanted to do with Twitter, which was make it decentralized, and then just everybody decided to just park it on twitter.com. And that's kind of what happened with Bluesky. They parked it on I guess it's bsky.app or some craziness. And they're not actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is going in and like forming your own little Bluesky community using the framework someplace else. Because people are lazy. They are. It's like, hey, you can have your own Bluesky that you curate the way you want to curate it, and moderate it the way you want to moderate it, like a message board, right? You can kick out whoever you want to kick out or whatever. People don't have their pronouns in their bio. You can ban them from your own personal Bluesky, but they want to do that across the actual app. I think Bluesky would have been better off just being like, hey, you can buy Bluesky and you can install it someplace else. And then, like, if you have a Bluesky account over on this person's server, you can also communicate with this server over here, and you guys can kind of like Discord, right? Except we're not hosting it in one central location. That's what I think they wanted to do. And then Jack Dorsey left because he's like, oh, yeah, this is literally just Twitter all over again. And it's awful. It really is. It's awful. We just did a video the other day talking about how they're trying to cancel a tabletop game manufacturer because they dared do a Harry Potter game because, money. But let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Go out to news.clownfishtv.com for more podcasts. This is coming from Fortune. This is about 6-8 weeks ago. Bluesky is backfiring. Mark Cuban says the lack of diversity of thought is actually pushing users back to X. Billionaire Mark Cuban, who has been an active Bluesky user and supporter for several months now, said this week he thinks the social media platform has gotten ruder and more hateful. Its liberal, heavy user base makes it challenging to raise questions or have debates with other users, even if their political ideologies align. Yeah, again, I can think of 3 or 4 examples. The most notable being Mark Hamill and Rob Reiner. They thought they were going to get this warm welcome on Bluesky, and they weren't far left enough for Bluesky. Mark Hamill and Rob Reiner. Let that sink in. So they're talking about Jay Graber, who's the CEO of Twitter. They said a lot of people went to, I'm sorry, it basically is Twitter. I meant Bluesky. It basically is Twitter, though. They all came from Graber and Dorsey used to work together, I guess, at Twitter. But yeah, a lot of people jumped over to Bluesky after the election, and they blew up, and then just everybody kind of quit. And we've been watching this. Like, you can see the numbers decline in real time. It's not great. They said it's people just wanting to try something new. It's people finding their community here. They got attacked. I remember they put a meme up and on the official Bluesky app, and they got attacked. I think in general, it's both people looking for something and people looking to get away from something. Yes, they're looking to get away from Elon Musk because he had a very close friendship with Donald Trump, and they don't like those tech bro types. And they're also looking to be able to complain about things like they did in 2017, get people canceled and basically lynch them, digital lynch mob. That's what they want. They want that kind of control again, and they don't get it on X anymore. So Mark Cuban, who supported Kamala Harris, although he said he didn't give her a penny for her campaign. Well, what kind of support is that? Cuban became a regular Bluesky user, having posted nearly 2,000 times since November of 2024. He famously posted, "Hello, less hateful world." Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. It's an awful place. Cuban has changed his tune. In a series of posts this week, Cuban argued Bluesky has become too much of an echo chamber and is sending more users back to X. He said, engagement went from great conversations on many topics to agree with me or you are a Nazi fascist. We are forcing posts to X, right? So people are going back to X. Again, this is Twitter 2017, 2018. This is the way it was. And I remember during the pandemic, especially if you questioned the mask mandates, if you questioned the vaccine, if you questioned anything that was being done during lockdown, you were a Nazi fascist. And yeah, it's gone too far. Bluesky users have grown ruder, more hateful. It's the worst of Portland distilled into one location. No offense to Portland people. I know we got some Portland people that listen. Portland used to be, I mean, it's always been weird, but it was less weird. It was, okay, let me put to you this way. From what I remember of Portland from when I was younger, and I didn't grow up in Portland, but we'd go up north sometime. I lived outside San Francisco. From what I remember, the people were weird. It was eccentric, but it wasn't a hateful place. And now all I hear about is like all the crazy ass activists. And anytime there's like some hardcore activism going on, nonsensical shit and demands for nonsensical shit, 9 times out of 10 is coming from Portland, Seattle, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Everything got really weird. Cuban, yeah. He said, even if you agree with 95% of what a person is saying on a topic, if there's one point that you might call out as being more of a gray area, they will call you a fascist. Cuban also reposted a Washington Post opinion article Sunday titled "The Bluesky Bubble Hurts Liberals and Their Causes." It's true. Lack of diversity of thought here is really hurting usage. The moderation and block tools are here on here are so advanced. If you see someone you don't want to be on here, just block them. Don't attack them. There used to be great give and take discussions on politics and news, not so much anymore. It doesn't have to be this way. I mean, remember, JD Vance joined, and within like 8 minutes, he was like the most blocked user on Bluesky. There is no good faith discussion to be had, but these people all think that they're intellectuals, and it very much is an echo chamber. Part of me is like, you know what? Good. Let them stay over there because I don't want them back on Twitter, but Twitter's not that great either. So, I'm like, everything's just like, this is kind of just end stage end stage social media, right? It just all eventually you chase off the normal people and it all becomes an echo chamber. This happens with like every message board too. I remember back in the day, like you would start a message board and a bunch of people come in. They're all, bright eyed and they're all like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to find my community. And within a couple of months, you can kind of see the usage drop off because you get some trolls on the board and you get some people that are, the school marms and the hall monitors. And then it's just like, yeah, this isn't even fun. It's not even fun anymore. I mean, X is kind of the Wild West right now. And I think there are some like legit shitty people over there, but at least you're allowed to say what you want to say for the most part. It's just like, it's like a more corporate 4chan, I think, at this point. But I don't know. Yeah. This is a couple of months ago. This was up 4. They said everyone threatened to leave X because of the Nazis. Why didn't they leave? Well, because nobody is over on Bluesky, and the people that are over there are awful. I mean, here's from Reddit on the Bluesky social 6 months ago. I don't hate Bluesky, but I'm not loving it. Bluesky is just political rants. What am I missing? That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's all it is. And this is coming from Reddit. Reddit's even like, it's just all politics. Like, it's just all politics. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if this thing is around in a year. I don't know. Because remember Mastodon? No, you don't. Nobody remembers Mastodon. I think that they had a blow up. I think they were hoping to get some venture capital or something. But even Wired is calling it out. Bluesky can't take a joke. PC World. I switched from X to Bluesky. What I love and hate about it so far. People complain that there's not enough moderation because of casteism and Islamophobia. And really, the only... Adobe got bullied off of Bluesky. Really, the only reason anybody joined Bluesky is because they didn't like X because of Elon Musk. And that's basically it. And now they're like, oh yeah, there's nobody over here, so whatever. All these people made all this noise about going over to Bluesky. They're all crawling back. They are, or they're just leaving completely, or going to Instagram or something. I don't know. Thought it was interesting. I missed this one. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.